back to a new series of videos. I'm so excited. This is the first in this series of videos. Now this is going to be a HMV movie hunt, haul and review. Now the hunt bit, I'm not sure whether to just call it haul and review. I haven't titled the video yet, so it'll be called HMV movie haul and review. Maybe it'll be called that yet, because there's no actual HMV shopping involved. However, I went on a hunt for some movies. So HMV, which is a movie store here in the UK, which is kind of films and music and sometimes games, depending on which one you go to. Mine has a very small selection of games. But yeah, so mostly they sell a vast range of films. And they do a offer which is 5 DVDs for £20 or 5 Blu-rays for £30. So I don't often buy from HMV, I'm not sure why. But I went in there on a particular day and I saw some movies that I quite wanted, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll go for the offer, I'll go for one of the offers, you know, 5 for whatever. And, you know, I'll pick the movies up. And then I thought, you know what, I'd quite like to make a video of this and haul the movies, but have watched the films prior to that so that I can give you guys some reviews on the films. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I have my HMV bag. Now I'm hoping each time I do this to buy the 5p HMV bag, which actually I think is pretty good for this kind of bag, because even a Sainsbury's bag, which is less cool, is 5p, so good bargain on the bag. And this one has obviously the nice Alice in Wonderland cover, so I bought this I think of the week that Alice in Wonderland came out on Blu-ray DVD, so obviously there'll be kind of some that'll be behind, not behind, but you know, it will be, because obviously I'll have to watch the movies involved. So I've got this nice Alice in Wonderland bag on the front, and on the back we have the Disney offer, which was 2 for £12 DVDs, and there was an offer with the Blu-rays. I think that's finished now, or it's just finishing. But anyway, so I got this nice bag, and I bought 5 DVDs this time. So I've decided as well, one of the rules, I feel like this will make sense as I go further on as well, because it'll usually be 5 movies or 7, so say, I don't know, or 8, because I think you can get 3 for, no, 5 or 7. You can get 2 for £10 or 5, I'm not sure, but either way, I know I already have a next video and it's not 5, it's more, but usually it'll be 5. You guys are probably just so confused already, I'm sorry. The first in a series of videos I always find hard to explain what I'm even on about. But anyway, so I picked up 5 movies, 5 DVDs, so it's 5 for £20, and I wanted to watch them all before doing this video. However, I've given myself a kind of leeway with it, and if I don't finish one of the films, that's okay. So say, you know, I watch 3 of them, and then 2 of them I've started watching but I'm not enjoying, I'll have to finish one of the 2, and then one of them I can just kind of leave, because I don't want that kind of in the back of my mind, like, oh, I've got to watch this to do the video. I just want them to be one of the films. If I'm not really feeling it, that's okay. And that has happened in this batch of films, and it's actually very interesting how it played out, so you guys will see. Okay, so the movies that I picked up, I will show you that first. So we'll do the haul, and then I'll get into the reviews. So I have Aloha with Bradley Cooper, Rachel McAdams and Emma Stone. This is actually a HMV exclusive DVD. It wasn't released everywhere, which is very interesting, so that's Aloha. I also have Mustang, which is a Turkish film, and it's in Turkish language, and it obviously is a subtitled film. Now this is interesting for me because I don't typically buy or watch many subtitled films. I don't think I own any other Turkish film either, or have never watched a Turkish film. So this was an interesting purchase for me, but I saw it and I thought, you know, I've heard a bit about that, I'm interested in it, so I picked that one up. And then I also have Freeheld with Julianne Moore and Ellen Page, and a lot of people had recommended this one to me, so there's this one. And then I also have, I tried to get kind of a nice range, which I have as well throughout the next one, so I'll always try and do that. I got Barbie and Her Sisters in the Great Puppy Adventure. This, I've never seen another Barbie movie. This one though, it was the puppies. I quite enjoyed, to some extent, some of the Snow Buddy movies, or Buddy movies. So this kind of, it didn't really remind me of that, but it reminded me a bit of that. I got that one. And then it also got Fathers and Daughters, which has Amanda Seyfried, I never know how to say her name, I don't know why, and Russell Crowe, and obviously Russell Crowe is fantastic. So those are the 5 movies I picked for my deal, and like I said, I did try to get a nice little range, and now I will talk to you guys about them in the order that I watched them. So the first one that I watched, which is probably the one that I was most excited about, is Fathers and Daughters. This was so interesting. Basically, it flashes back in time from this girl to when she's obviously Amanda Seyfried and when she's a little girl, and it's very interesting to see the 2 lives cross over. And obviously Russell Crowe is her father, Fathers and Daughters, and he is a writer, and right from the get-go you can see there's a lot of problems that this family, a lot of hard times the family has gone through. So as a little girl, you know, she has quite a troubled childhood, and then you've seen her as when she's older, and she obviously is still holding on to some of these problems, and it's kind of about that. Russell Crowe was brilliant in this, and I just really enjoyed it. I feel like it might not be everybody's cup of tea, and the way that, I think her name's Katie. Katie, I'm sure her name's Katie. Yeah, Katie. The way that Katie deals with the things that happen in life, I think some people might not agree with, but I just found it a very interesting look on it, and I did really, really enjoy the film. I would watch it again as well. Also, Aaron Paul was in this, who is most famously known for Breaking Bad, but I enjoy him in quite a lot of films. He's in A Long Way Down, which I love, and I liked his character a lot. I really liked Aaron Paul. So yeah, I enjoyed this. It surprised me. I gave it 4.5 stars, so it was a pretty high rating, but I did really enjoy it, and I was really, really pleased to have enjoyed watching this, because I was quite excited about it, so I didn't want to be let down. But yeah, Fathers and Daughters, I would definitely recommend. Again, it might not be to everyone's cup of tea, but I personally enjoyed it. I found there was just so many interesting parts about it that I just really enjoyed. So yeah, Fathers and Daughters. The next one I watched was Barbie and Her Sisters in the Great Puppy Adventure. I actually watched these on the same night. This was actually a bit better than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't amazing, and I didn't give it too high. I gave it 3.5. I think for what it is, obviously I went into this in the mind that obviously this is a Barbie film, it's not targeted at me. I think the target for the age demographic for this, I feel like it did quite a good job. I feel like the last 20 minutes or so were very interesting. I'd quite like to see a whole Barbie film like that. I found it very interesting. It was more like kind of like National Treasure. I mean, if it was an animation and it was kind of a little bit, but I found it really cool. The end I really liked, and I feel like the end kind of bumped it up from, it might have been 3 and then it was 3.5 because I really enjoyed the ending. But obviously it's about Barbie and her sisters, and there's some puppies, and they go on this kind of treasure hunt thing in this town where they used to live. From what obviously I don't know, I don't have a good Barbie knowledge, but it was a fun kind of kids film. The dogs were very cute, they could talk to each other. I liked the puppies, the town was interesting, and it was interesting the quest they went on. So I think it's definitely not too much of a, you know, it's still got some thought behind it. You can see that they thought about it, they put effort in, and I thought it was quite good. I did enjoy it. I would watch the next puppy one. There's another puppy Barbie movie, I don't know which it's called, but I wouldn't say no, I wouldn't watch that. I don't think I'd really watch this again. If I was showing it to someone younger and they watched put it on, I would watch it with them. I wouldn't be like, oh god, I can't stand to watch that again. It was enjoyable enough. So that's that one. The next one I watched was Freeheld. This was very good. It is based on a true story, and it was very interesting to see. I always love true story films. I'm always a sucker for true story films. And it's about Julianne Moore's character and Ellen Page's character who get into a relationship, and then I'm sure it says on the back, I don't want to give anything away. Oh yeah, okay, so basically it does say on the back, I won't say why or what, but it's basically about the pension benefits that, basically Julianne Moore's character is a cop, and obviously she's in a, what is it called, is it civil partnership before in America, before you could legally get married. I'm not quite sure if that's what it calls, so I do apologise. Anyway, they live together, you know, they've got that, they've gone through all the things, and she, if anything was to happen or anything, would like to leave money to Ellen Page. And there's a lot of controversy around, there's a lot of problems, people are saying you can't do that, it's not the same, you know, why should you be able to do that, etc, etc. It's this fight that they go through, and it was so interesting and sad, and it was a brilliant film, and I gave it 4.5 stars, and I would definitely recommend it. It's based on a true story. I don't really want to give anything away, so I'm not quite sure how much to say, but I am really glad that I have watched this one now. Okay, so the next film that I watched, so the 4th film, was Mustang. Now this is one of the films that I picked up, I bought, and afterwards I got back and I was like, oh, am I going to keep putting this off, and not actually get around to it, because again, it's a subtitled film. I don't watch many subtitled films. I'd kind of always put them off, and I always put them off, and I don't know why. I've watched a few, like Amelie, and I've watched a few. I've watched the others. I can't think off the top of my head. And anyway, so I kind of just thought, oh. And then one night I said, you know what, go ahead, I'm going to put Mustang on, we'll see how we go. And I really enjoyed this. Obviously, like I said, it's a Turkish film, it's set in Turkey, and it's about these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls who are all sisters, and they live with their uncle, and basically they're innocently playing on the beach with some school friends, and some of them are boys. The uncle gets word of this and tells them, like, you know, it's a disgrace and they shouldn't be doing this, and then he decides that he's going to marry them all off. And that doesn't sound like the most interesting plot, but the characters themselves, the girls themselves, I found so interesting, and I loved the characters. It felt so real, and you really felt for them, and especially the youngest one. Where is she? This one here, the youngest girl here, she was such a brilliant character and a brilliant actress, and they did such a good job. And I did not notice the subtitles after about 15 minutes. I was just so invested in the film, and I was just really enjoying it. The cinematography was beautiful, and it was just such a good film, and I just really enjoyed it. And since I watched this, which was a few weeks ago, I've still been thinking about it. I thought, you know what, I really enjoyed that, and I want to watch it again. I really did enjoy it. I don't know if everybody will enjoy it, but I just personally really enjoyed it. It was interesting to see a different culture and that side of life, and I've never been to Turkey, and it was just so interesting to see something from a perspective that I hadn't really watched about before. You know, with them having to go through arranged marriages. I don't think I might have watched, say, maybe a film about it, but nothing that was, like, this was kind of, it wasn't serious, it kind of was, but, you know, it is on the more serious side, and but it was still such an interesting, good, enjoyable film. So Mustang, I gave 4.5, I really enjoyed it, and it was actually my favourite of the bunch. So, I think I can say that, I think it was my favourite, either this one or Fathers and Daughters. It's a bit close, but again, I also gave Freeheld 4.5. I enjoyed this batch of films a lot, but yeah, Mustang, I definitely recommend it if you're into that kind of thing and you think it sounds interesting. Definitely pick that one up. And then the one that I didn't finish watching, this is why it's so interesting. I thought, you know, I should make this video as is, and that is Aloha. I started watching this twice, and I just cannot get into it. I just can't. I don't know what it is. And the cast is everything I would want. I love Rachel McAdams. She's brilliant. Bradley Cooper, really enjoy his films, and Emma Stone, I really like her as well. But yeah, so this one, which I thought that I just really love, and then this one, which I thought would be a hard time going to get me to watch. I loved this one. It was my favourite. And this one I can't really get into, and I can't really watch. I just don't. I have no, oops, sorry, dropped one. I have no soon desire to finish this. That's why I want to make this video. And then in the future, there's another one film that I'm just not really feeling. I want to, you know, just say that in the video. But obviously I don't want them to be like 3 films. Oh, well, I didn't really bother to finish these. I can only ever have one in a haul of the videos. But yeah, Aloha, I'm just not sure. But if you guys have seen Aloha, please let me know in the comments below. Should I give it more chance? Should I watch it? Is it good? Is it worth the time? Let me know if you enjoyed Aloha and if it's worth the time to watch it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me grab the dropped one. Yeah, so those are the ones that I've watched. I would definitely recommend, obviously, Fathers and Daughters, Freeheld, and Mustang. Barbie for kids I think would be great because it's not too, I've definitely seen worse kids movies, and I thought this was a fun time, and I liked the way they did it, and it was not unenjoyable. It was fun to watch. It wasn't, but well, obviously I wasn't expecting it to be amazing, and I kind of went in with medium expectations, and that's what I kind of got, but I'm fine with that. And then Aloha, obviously I can't really give you my opinion because I didn't finish watching it, so I don't really want to say too much from that. But yeah, those are the ones that I picked up from HMV. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see more of these HMV hauls. I think it's a nice way to find a nice range of films and talk about them and give little reviews on them and recommend certain different films. I'm really excited about it. Some of them I will be picking up Blu-rays, some of them I'll pick up DVDs, and it'll just kind of vary. But yeah, until then guys, I will see you next time. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this series and would like to see more. Any comments down below on any of these films, or if you have any film recommendations, that would be interesting, because like I say, I'm picking up films sometimes from HMV, so if you recommend something and then I see it, I'll think, oh, somebody recommended that, and maybe I'll like look at it and pick it up. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, or if you are a newbie, then I'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!